Well done, Kelly. That was beautiful.
Thank
Gorgeous.
you. Welcome, friends, to a special time here at DznCats. We're coming to you live from my office with the wonderful and fabulous Sun Psychic Jean and the wonderful and fabulous Wisdom Seeker Joan. This is simulcast, I believe, on all three of our channels. Am I correct? And we're doing what I have done for the past couple of years. We're calling it holiday messages. If you're missing someone during the holidays, pets, people, we hope that we can provide you with some messages today that will provide some comfort throughout the holiday season. So without further ado, let us welcome Joan and Jean. I need to insert an applause or something. I don't have one. Sorry.
And if anybody could do it, you can. That's it. That was an amazing intro, and it looks like you spent a lot of time, and it was a lot of hard work, but just a beautiful presentation. It's very well done, Kelly. And I love the music and the mood and the sentiment. It's very nostalgic. It's very reminiscent. It's very a lot of memories involved in it. And it came across just beautifully. I really enjoyed watching that.
Well, thank you.
It surprised me.
I enjoyed watching it, but I'm thinking, oh, are we going to lose you to television production? So don't get too good. Too much better than that.
You heard her, Spirit. No. That is how I like to think that I'm creative. I don't know that I am creative, or I don't know that I would say that I'm creative, but I like to think that I am. And going into those kinds of programs and creating intros and thumbnails is the way that I express my creativity, and it helps and has helped me in the past with my anxiety to sort of channel that energy that way. So I highly recommend it. I literally could get lost and spend all day in Canva creating thumbnails that no one will ever see, but I get a great amount of pleasure from it. So anyway, let's say hi to some folks that are here. Well, you ladies, if you don't mind, I'm going to stick your channel links in, even though people are seeing you on both of your channels, but you never know. Somebody here at DznCats may not know who you are, and vice versa. So here are the channel links. They are also in the description box below the video. Please show my friends some love. For those of you that don't know, and Jean probably is going to get sick of me telling this to people, I have had private readings for both of these amazing and talented ladies. Sun Psychic Jean gave me probably the first professional mediumship reading that I received within this spiritual community here on YouTube. And I have said this many a time, provided me a healing experience that I could only hope to ever receive, literally life-changing. So I highly recommend her. And Joan took me on the most amazing journey in my private reading with her. And so many fabulous things came out. I remember the Pegasus. And I will say that when Joan gave me that reading is around the time that I started to believe, my favorite word, that I actually had some abilities. So, and it was all because of the Pegasus moment in that reading. So I highly recommend both of them. If you guys are not familiar, please do go show them some love. Let's say hi to some folks.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. That was very
kind words.
Of course. Vivian is here. Sin is here. Of course, Wisdom Seeker Joan is in the chat. Julie is here. Linda is in the house. Lottie B. Jessica Lynn. Emily. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Gypsy JJ. Judy. This is wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We welcome you. And so if you would like a reading, please pop it into the chat. While I star all these lovely requests, ladies, tell us where we can find you next time. Because I don't like dead air.
How about you, Jean? Where are you going to
Okay.
be?
I will be back on Friday, and Friday I'm going to be with Terry Renner at 2:30 Eastern, and then I'll be back on my channel with Terry Suzuki and Terry Lee for the Psychic Triad, and that's always fun. We take turns being the host so that we can, have a little break and a little fun. But how about you, Joan?
I am most likely going to be on the Meeting with the Medium show on Thursday, and that's 4:30 Central with Allie of Heart and Soul Connected, and then the following Monday on the 23rd with you, and I'll be hosting you and Terry Suzuki for our group together. Meeting with the Mediums. That's what it is. No.
Magic
What do you call it?
Monday.
Magic Monday. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to both of those.
And
Awesome.
Kelly, tell everybody what your weather forecast looks like. And you're in the eastern part of Canada, is that correct? So you're right above like the Great Lakes, or are you a little more eastern?
I am, 5 minutes away is, you can see in the background picture behind Jean, is the shoreline of Georgian Bay. Georgian Bay is connected to Lake Huron,
Okay.
which is part of the Great Lakes. And so I'm probably about 4 hours away from Buffalo, New York. And we had a weather situation this week where 80 centimeters of snow was forecasted, which, rough conversion is about 40 inches. It's minus 14 today. Yay. And it's not winter yet. So there's that. Anyway, so I'm trying to be positive, trying to be optimistic, because it is the Great White North and we do love our snow here. I have lots of people requesting messages. Hello to Susie Q. I love the name. Hello, Julie. Hello, Fernanda.
So I do have relatives in Maine, and they get a lot of snow there. And it's surprising they really don't get upset about it. They really have systems in place, like a snowmobile or a truck, or there's snow routes, and everybody knows. And it's like it's part of life that they don't. It's when you have someplace like North Carolina or Tennessee where they don't get much snow. If something like that were to happen there, they would have no equipment to clear the roads or to prepare. But so I was, they're like, I said, well, what if you get snowed in and it was like really high? Like, what a chain link fence, I guess it's like 2.5, 3 feet high. And they're like, it's over the chain link fence. I'm like, what are you going to do? And they're like, no, it's okay. We have a snowmobile.
Well, here where I live, literally where I live, it's not uncommon for, snowmobiles to be going down the street. In fact, if you go to the local Tim Hortons, which everyone knows is a Canadian coffee shop, which literally is on every corner, you will find not cars, you will find snowmobiles all parked in the parking lot. It's like a thing. Like it's it's like people ride motorcycles in the summer. We go by snowmobiles. It's just because you're not going to get stuck. You're not going to get any kind of traffic jam. Like that's the way that we travel. So.
And it's not only the main roads, it's where you live from the main road that you have to get back and forth to. So,
Okay, so I've got Gypsy JJ. I just want to go over everyone that I've got to make sure that I've got everyone. I've got Judy, Lottie B, Sin, Jessica Lynn. I've got Emily. I've got Susie Q. I've got Julie Hamill. I've got Fernanda and Gypsy JJ. So hopefully I haven't forgotten anybody. And I will let you guys know that I'm doing my advent calendar for my DznCats people. I selected it this morning. when I did my Sunday Oracle message, and the word was magic.
Mm.
Very appropriate for today. And I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing some winter solstice readings, and we will pull from the DznCats Advent Calendar live, because there could be a free reading in there. I'm just saying.
When is that? What time does that air?
8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then on Friday at I think 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on, well, it'll be simulcast, but I'll be on with Allie. So I used to do this show all the time called Jukebox Tarot. So this is Jukebox Tarot, the holiday edition. So I'm really excited. Allie and I are going to have a hoot. And then on the Monday, which is the 23rd, and I don't expect anyone to remember all this, Allie will be here with me, and of course we'll simulcast that again, but we're going to be doing letters to Santa.
Oh, great.
So I'm really excited. So let's get started. You guys ready?
Oh, Viviani said you missed her.
Oh, sorry. Did I? I did not. Did I? I'm a horrible person. I'm so sorry, Viviani.
You're a human. We make mistakes sometimes.
Sorry. Okay. I will try to find Viviani's message or question request. That's the word. There we go. Oh, please post in caps.
I was telling the chat the other day, I said, we're really very highly intelligent women here, just because we can't figure out time zones. I mean, it's really, when you're on live, something just leaves your brain, and it's really hard to do two things and you want to, it's really, so it's not as easy as it looks. Everybody, I know Allie makes it look like it's easy, but
it does.
It's not.
Superhuman. And then when you're kind of going out in the ozone too, then it's like, oh my, even the words go.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know, you're clicking buttons, you're trying to concentrate, trying to have a conversation, you're trying to read the comments, and you're trying to channel spirit. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's easy to miss. So take your time, Kelly. We'll figure it out. We'll get it.
I'm going to stick this up on the screen for a moment, and then I'm going to pull it off so we don't have Jean covered up. Judy says, may I have a Christmas message? Now, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. I didn't, so I apologize. Judy, if you have a specific person, or anyone, if you have a specific person that you want to hear from, first name is what we need. So Judy, if you could go ahead and pop that in the chat, if you have a specific person that you want to hear from, that could be helpful.
And I don't mind if you want to leave it up. It's fine.
Okay. Are you sure? Is it helpful to you guys if I leave it up?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because we tune into the vibration.
All right. I'm going to mute myself because I'm a really loud shuffler. So if you need me, holler.
The Christmas message that I'm getting for you, Judy, is pretty simple. When I tune in, I see you, what I'm assuming is your feet in kind of warm boots with snowshoes on, not the old fashioned kind, but like the new ones. And it's like, okay, Spirit, what's this about? And it's about rising above it all. Even when there's snow and cold, they're kind of like spiritual snowshoes to help you keep your balance and to help you keep going forward even in difficult times. So that's kind of what your gift is from Spirit this time of year, to allow you to keep moving forward and enjoy, like when you're out snowshoeing, enjoy the great outdoors and nature and all of that. And this isn't literal, it's more figurative, but they're going to be there and kind of help support you. They're going to be there, your spiritual snowshoes, to help you rise through and keep going forward, even if things get rough.
So I was getting for you, Judy, is I saw angel feathers surrounding a Christmas ball. And I'm not sure if you have an ornament like this, or if there is something that you cherish, or like, oh, look, or something that you hold precious, that is like, that you are holding on to. It's like, not a nest egg, but something that you cherish and hold on to. But there are angel feathers surrounding, and a Christmas ball. And I did notice that you wanted to speak with, or you were asking about your Aunt Gail. And when I checked in with Aunt Gail, she said, "You have not, my love for you has not left, has not gone." She said, "My love continues on." And I feel as though you had a very good relationship with her, and you almost felt like that you had like a past life together. Like it was more of a connection than just an aunt. It was more than that. And she just said that that unconditional love is still available to you, and that she is still watching over you. So that's what I got so far. How about you, Kelly?
I just, it never ceases to amaze me. And I apologize if this makes me look unprofessional, but every time I read with, psychic mediums, and I can channel what you are already channeling, I'm like, you'd think it was my family member. Like, I am so excited. Literally, you said the Christmas ornament, like the ball. I got 2 of them. That's crazy. So, Judy, I think Aunt Gail is, according to the cards that I've got, we've got welcome change, time to shake things up. I'm not sure if you've been feeling uncertain, or if you've been holding yourself back in some sort of way, like afraid to take a step forward, something like that. I've got the retreat card. So I feel like there's like a hold back, right? Like I'm holding myself back, but Aunt Gail is encouraging you to try to aim for success, and to be open to the beauty of that journey, right? When we focus on the thing that we're doing, as opposed to, how it looks, how it feels, or even just the outcome of the situation, there is so many blessings and so much joy and so much hope that is sort of like opened up to us, that makes the rest of the journey seem like we're on like a treasure hunt almost. And I think that that's Aunt Gail's message to you, according to the cards that I've got, is to open yourself up. Don't hold yourself back, and just allow yourself to embrace all those miracles.
And Judy, I didn't see about Aunt Gail until after I'd given the reading, but I tuned in, and I'll just throw in, when I asked for a message from her, I saw a heart with wings on it, sort of like Red Bull gives you wings, but the message was "let your heart soar," which is kind of what you were just saying, Kelly.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Judith is up next. She says, "I would love a reading, please, and thank you, ladies." Judith, if you have someone specific that you're looking to hear from, please do pop it in the chat. Charlie, or is it Charlie? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I will start your question. I hope that we can get to it. The questions are now closed because we have a lot of them. But thank you, everybody, for being here. And if there's enough people that want, I'm sure that we can find it in the schedule to do another one before the end of Christmas. Hi, Terry.
Isn't that funny that Judy Christensen and Judith Anderson were back to back, and their names are so similar? That's amazing. She would love a reading, please, and thank you.
Okay. Maybe Judith, you can make sense of this. What I'm seeing, as soon as I closed my eyes and asked, I got this image of, he's okay, her father Fred and baby sister Robin. All right. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I got first, and then I'll go back. What I saw was someone, he was like in an old-fashioned overcoat, a man maybe in his 30s, early 40s or something like that, scruffy beard, top hat. If he's out in the snow, but he's playing a violin, kind of busking for change outside. And so, Spirit, what's the message for Judith about this? It's kind of like he looks like from Dickens times or something like that. But so the message is just like in days of yore, if you have a couple of coins to throw in his violin case, do it. Now's a time to see what you can do to give back, because this person is giving his very, very best to entertain you and to bring joy to the season, to lift the vibration. That's what it is, because of the violin. And Jean, if you'd like to go right ahead, I will try and tune in to Fred or Robin and come in later with that.
Yeah. So Judith, I was picking up Robin, I believe, and you can just let me know if this makes sense to you. The first thing I saw was sort of like an image of a 70s girl, and she had her hair parted down the middle with a headband on and bell bottoms. And she told me that she is working with the angels now, and she's an angelic guide, and she is taking care of sick children. So I'm not sure if any of that makes any sense to you, but she's very, very beautiful, and it's almost like a caricature of a 70s. It's not like I can't see her specifically dressed like this. It's almost like a drawing of somebody that looked like that. And so I didn't know if any of that makes sense to you, but she is working with the angels. She's an angelic guide, and she's taking care of sick children. So just let me know if any of that makes sense.
And if you don't mind, I'll jump in real quick and just give what I got from your dad, Fred. He was trying to describe what the violin player was all about. And he said, his thing is to say, be alert to unexpected sources of beauty and be grateful for it. And so that could be just walking down the street and seeing beautiful Christmas lights or decorations and just saying, oh, I'm so lucky that I was here to see that or something. And that, it doesn't have to be money. It can be your gratitude as the gift. And that kind of keeps the ball rolling. Kelly, what do you think?
I think you're muted.
Honestly, thank you, Jean. You'd think I've done this once or twice before I know what I was doing. Good Lord. Sorry, everybody. I feel really nervous, Judith. I'm not sure if this is your energy. I feel like it's your energy that I'm getting. So I pulled a couple of cards here. I've got different hats. You play several roles. And so I feel like I'm being stretched a little too thin, right? I've got the bear with rest and retreat. So making sure that, there is this tendency, especially during the holidays, burning the candle at both ends. We get caught up in the hustle and bustle. We want to do all of the things. Famous Canadian commercial for a department store here is you see the woman, doing all the stuff in the house, and then the doorbell rings and she's given the once over, and she's got one of those like full length aprons on. She goes to the door, she opens the door, the guests come in, and then the camera goes behind her as the people walk in, and you see that she's forgotten to put her pants or her skirt on. And I'm like, I can relate. I'm sure that most of us can. So we've got that. Then I pulled 2 tarot cards. The first card I've got is the Justice card. This is from the Yuletide Tarot. And it struck me when you were saying about like the Charles Dickinson kind of images, which is what this deck basically is, Victorian era. Justice is about, truth to yourself. It's also obviously about legal issues, but I feel in this case it's more like a harmony thing, right? Like we're trying to bring all things into balance and create that harmony within our lives. I've got the 10 of Canes or the 10 of Swords, which is that nervousness that I was picking up. This is a lot of stress, right? So pay attention to the stress. Do things for yourself that will make you happy. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Good Cheer, so the Ace of Cups. This is good fortune, but an overflowing of emotions. And that can work both ways, right? Like if we stretch ourselves too thin, we don't allow our emotions to escape, and then kapooey, the floodgates open, and like now we're boohooing in our cup of cheer. We don't want that. So we need to balance, right? We need that harmony. And lastly, I pulled this last oracle card with the berries and the sweet surprise. And so I feel like the message that you're getting is to look after yourself. You know, things are accepted and good enough, and we have I literally just talked about this on my message this morning, that like we have this tendency, like, sorry to go on, we did our shopping early, and now all of a sudden there's this need like to go back and do it again. Like, did I get enough? Did I buy enough? You know, what if I just run out to the store just one more time? Did I make enough, you know, sweets? I'll make another batch of cookies. We have to be okay with things being okay. It doesn't have to be big, and it doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be magical or fantastical. It just has to come from the heart, right? In terms of being okay with things just being as they are, right? You don't have to like amp it up. So just be yourself, create that harmony for yourself, and that's when you get those blessings like Joan was talking about. So, hi, Valerie. Illumination Portal has popped in to say hello. All right, Viviani is up next, and I'm going to stick you in the hot seat there, Joan.
Oh, okay.
Now that I remember how to do that.
Let's see what I can get here. Okay, what's this all about, Spirit? What I'm seeing, and I'll just narrate it as it's, okay. There's a candy cane, and there's a hand that's unwrapping the red part. So it's taking the red part off of the candy cane. So Spirit, what does this mean for Viviani? Okay, the holidays are great. But sometimes it can be a distraction, and it can be a little too. So they're taking the stripes off the candy cane to show you that life is just as sweet, even when it's plain, even when the decorations come down, even when, you know, all thoughts, you know, that we're all like singing peace on earth, goodwill to men. And even when that goes by and everyone's getting back to, you know, hating who they usually hate or being upset with their neighbors or something. Life is just as sweet when it's just plain. And that's the message to take with you through the year. That's a lot for a candy cane. So thank you.
It's really beautiful, Joan. So, Viviani, what I was getting for you is I saw a menorah, and what I saw is a candle ceremony. And I'm not even sure. There's also like a nine candle ceremony or 9-day. I know that Nancy Jean does that, the 9 candle ceremony. But I do see you working with connecting and personally connecting in and providing space for ceremony in your own space, not only for you to be providing information or services for others, but you're really interested in deepening your own awareness. And I do see you using the candle and those types of ceremony, or a type of ceremony. And it's really important to be consistent. It's not necessarily what you do, it's the intention behind it. And if you do it on a repetitive frequency, it really does build in energy and frequency, and it will help you to develop the skills that are, to improve and to grow and to evolve. Um, and things will be revealed to you. I see you almost like pulling back a curtain, but the curtain isn't solid. The curtain is almost like just beads or something. Like you could see, but there's something that is going to enable you to pull back that curtain a little bit and you'll be able to see a little clearer.
Love that. Thank you, Judith. I have a Canadian sister in the chat. Woo-hoo.
Lovely.
All right, so Viviani, this is what I got for you, love. We've got the lovely skates on thin ice. Use a gentle touch. Okay. Then we've got warming up with this gorgeous hot chocolate. You are just getting started. Okay. Now I pulled just one tarot card. We've got the Two of Candles, tying into the whole candle vibe that Jean was talking about. This is the Two of Wands. This is making plans, right? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? It's that beautiful, euphoric kind of like manifesting dream state, right? Where the sky's the limit, spread your wings, soar as high as you possibly can. Nothing to stop you from dreaming, right? On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Fool card. In this deck, it's called the Child. New possibilities, new journeys. And lastly, you've got miracles. So I say to you to keep doing whatever it is that you're doing, because obviously you are on a really incredible journey. But don't push yourself. Don't have some kind of imaginary timeline where, I need to lose 20 pounds in 2 months, because that's just setting yourself up for failure. Because if you lost 18 and it took you 2 months and 2 weeks, it's still a great thing, right? Just be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to explore, very much like explore the journey. Take time to smell the roses, that kind of vibe. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend, because you are headed in a beautiful direction. Yay. I love that for you. All right. Next up, we have Judy. Judy says, may I have a Christmas message, please?
We did Judy first.
Oh, right. We did. And I'm so sorry, because thank God someone's paying attention, Kelly. Good grief. Lottie is up next. These are in no particular order. It's just the way that I start them. Lottie says, my niece's cat ran off. She is devastated. Any clues from spirit where he might be? His name is Binks. Ooh, I'm going to use my dowsing rods. Now I have reason to use them.
I'm getting that. Okay, let's try it with a. I'm getting psychically that it's with a neighbor. Or I'm not sure how close the neighbor is, but the cat got out and was running around in the neighborhood, and somebody found him, not to keep him, but they're kind of like, now what do we do? So it would be a good idea, and I'm sure they have, is to put the signs out and to contact vets and things locally. Okay, Spirit is Binks with someone who's found him or her? Is this a well-meaning person? Is this someone who wants to keep the cat for himself? No. So is the person with the cat going to take it to the Humane Society or a shelter? Are they going to take it to a vet? I'm getting the idea they're going to take it to a vet because physically it's just closer to them. So you might want to just, in addition to putting up signs and everything, call the different veterinary clinics nearby. And yeah, I'm not getting too much more than that. Okay, I know what I forgot to ask. Is Binks going to be reunited with Lottie B's niece? I'm getting a yes, and I said eventually, so it might take a while.
Lottie B says that that's good to hear he ran off from the vet.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's where he was when he originally ran off. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay, that might be, maybe it's in the vet's neighborhood then. Yeah.
Right. Wow, good job, Joan. That was spot on. I was right there with you, and it was phenomenal. I did definitely get that they're going to be reunited. I got that the cat went to. I said, "Is he in somebody's house?" And they said no. And I said, "Is he in somebody's shed?" Like in my mind, I'm just thinking of another shelter. And they said yes. And I said, "Is it a garage?" And they said yes. So I said, "Does somebody else have them?" And they said yes. So somebody may have them in the garage, like they may not let them in the house or something like that. But I think Joan knows the how to go around and let people know who. I don't think that this house has pets, but I think that they're keeping it in the garage and feeding him and stuff like that. But I think that the only thing I would do is maybe psychically connect with Binks and say, tell them to call the vet, because they may not think of that first. I don't know which one they would think of first, but yeah, that's really amazing. Good job, Joan. That's what I got. Yeah.
That's a tough act to follow. Holy moly.
Yeah.
All right, friends. So I have my dosing rods out. Blessings to me that I don't poke my eyeball out. But anyways, we're going to give this a shot. Okay. Well, let me just get these guys neutralized first of all. All right. Don't show off, Spirit. Thank you. Can you show me a yes, please, Spirit? Okay. So that's a yes when they cross each other. And can you show me a no, please? Thank you. All right.
Can I just throw in, it could be like an SPCA or something.
Yeah. Is
whatever.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Jean. I'm done.
Is Binks healthy and is Binks okay? Is Binks healthy at the moment? Yes. So is Binks going to be returned to Lottie's niece? Like it's not moving from a yes, so that's a very good sign. Will the cat be reunited before Christmas? Will the cat be reunited with its owner before Christmas? We have a yes. Is the house where Binks is close to the veterinarian office where he ran off from? Is the house where Binks is located presently close to the vet's office that he ran away from? Yes. So my suggestion would be to call the veterinarian office. I'm sure that you guys have already done that, and start putting some flyers out in that area, right? Hopefully that spreads the word, because if you're not like in the same community, for example, that could be really, really difficult. But it says, according to the rods, that Binks will be reunited by Christmas, and we hope that that is the case for you and for Binks and for your niece.
Yeah.
In the meantime, he's having a wonderful time out there and being having an adventure of his own. He's not that easy to corral, so that's maybe why they're keeping him in the garage. But yeah, so I don't know how long they can keep him. If he wants to get out, he's probably trying to get out still. But he's really enjoying himself.
Blessings to you, Lottie.
I lost a cat at the vet once. It was some stray cat that came in and had babies in my garage.
Wow.
And we took them in. All the kittens got in just fine, but mom kind of freaked out and bolted, but eventually got her back. Lord,
we had a cat run away when I was a child, and we found it a year later. So yeah, because they keep trying to come home. Like they don't stop coming home. We have Sin up next. Is there a word from my dad, Bill, who passed in 2013? before I could see him one last time. Hope he'll
Okay.
come through. All blessings.
Synchrony. He is sending his love and saying, don't beat yourself up about not being there, because you were. By that time, he was more in spirit and could tune in with your thoughts of all of your concern and love for him. And don't let those the circumstances of the final moments cast a pall over the lifetime of love and growth that we had together. Okay. Bill, anything else that you want to say to Sin? And know that he'll be there with you on Christmas, and just remember the fun times at Christmas. There might be a Christmas ornament that you have that was either from him or reminds you of family, or reminds you of the Christmases you had as a kid. And keep an eye on that one. It might fall off the tree or something like that. It might be a message from him. Jean, what did you get? Oh,
I'm not quite connecting with his energy. What I saw was, I don't know if you ever saw like a, I don't know what they call it, like a picture of the zodiac sign Sagittarius, where the archer is pointing the arrow, the bow and arrow up towards the sky, is what he showed me. So I'm not sure if he's Sagittarius or if he was an archer himself. And he is saying to aim high and to lift your spirits. He's saying that laughter will bring him in closer. So make sure you have lots of joy, and try not to just keep focus on everything that is bothering you this holiday. Make sure you set those responsibilities aside and have a joyous time this holiday, and bring in the joy, bring in the laughter. He's also showing me cookies. I don't know if he loved your cookies or if he loved cookies, but he's showing me this is the kind of fun that he wants to see you having around this holiday season, and that this will enable him to come in closer. He's not really showing me his essence. I'm not really connecting. He's very much, I don't know. He had a good sense of humor and loved to laugh. Okay. That's what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and stop there.
Whoops, wrong person.
there you go.
Honestly, Sin. So I'm not sure if this is correct or not. I feel a little bit ill in my stomach right now, so I'm not sure if you are fearing the holidays somehow. Fear might not be the right word, but like I don't want to celebrate it. I just, like everything's dialed down, dialed back. You let me know if that's right or not. I've got home and family. You have lots of support. I don't want to cry, but, I'm sure that everyone here has experienced this. When we have someone that we've lost, oftentimes we feel bad if we're happy. We feel guilty if we experience joy because someone's missing from the table. And although that is a normal and very human reaction, that is not at all what they want for us, right? That's not what they want for us. They want to be a part of the action. They want to see us take part in activities and experiences and watch us laugh and dance and smile and all of the things. It's totally okay to have a moment and to reminisce and to remember the good times, but also to counteract that with the beautiful new experiences, because they get to take part in that, right? And then you come back next year and they'll validate that they were there for you. They were watching you, right? So don't shy away from it. Head in there with your family and your friends and let them lift you up so that you can get through the holiday. Pay attention to cardinals, because messages from spirit is showing up as a card for you. I love that. I totally got what Jean was saying about this vibe that, you know, if you can get past this kind of feeling, there's all this great stuff on the horizon for you. I've got the lantern and fire. Like, that's light, right? Ambitious goals and new opportunities. And I mean this with every ounce of love that I have. I know what it means to get in my own way. And I also know what it means to be on the other side of being in my own way and opening things up. It will come in time. You have to encourage yourself. Rely on the people around you. You have a good support system, and rely on spirit to encourage you. Because I think your dad is with you every single step of the way. So pay attention to him. He will guide you. Ask him for help when you need to. Love it. Love that.
I think he would enjoy if you would retell some of his jokes or say, remember the time when Dad did this, and have another laugh. He wants you to laugh. He enjoyed making other people laugh. So if you still could just remember that and laugh about it again, I think is that's a good way to honor him, I think.
Really,
Yeah.
what a beautiful inheritance to have a dad with a sense of humor that you can go back to and carry on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next up is Jessica Lynn. She says she would like a holiday message from her guides. You know, my father was a jokester too, Sin. And real quick story, my dad used to work, had like a kiosk thing in a mall. And used to have his storage behind another store. Anyways, long story short, in the back of that store in the hallway is where Santa's helpers and the elves changed their outfits and stuff. And so at Christmas time, he brought home the Santa suit and the Yogi Bear costume that happened to be there at the mall. And then we walked the streets knocking on people's door on Christmas Eve as Yogi Bear. I was Yogi Bear. And he was Santa Claus, and tried to, you know, muster up some good cheer. But, you know, having a fun dad is an amazing thing, because we have a lifetime of stories to talk about. So
yes. Okay. So this is weird, but that's my forte. Jessica, I saw like a big metal pole coming out of your head, and then it was like radio broadcasting all the way out. It was sending out signals, and it said, make it that, you know, that's your Christmas list. That's both the physical things you want for Christmas, but it's what you really want for Christmas and for the new year. So it's pretty much saying, put your list together and send it out, and Santa or whomever, the universe is going to be Santa and deliver it. It's about manifestation, and now is a good time to think about this. It's yeah. And I'm hearing that you're good at this. You have the skills to do it. I don't know if you think you're good at it, but Spirit is saying that, yeah, work on this, and wherever you are on it, just kind of hone those skills, and you're going to see some results. How about you, Jean?
I got something very similar, Miss Jessica. I got watch for miracles. Christmas magic is in the air. Watch and expect it, and it will come. It's absolutely Christmas miracles. I mean, and it is the expectation of signs and synchronicities, and it's almost like that Santa magic, that wishing upon a star. That it really is the belief, believe all of the sentiments of this holiday season really fall upon all of us, but especially for you, Jessica. They want you to believe in the magic of Christmas.
That's a nice way to put it.
Beautiful. I mean, let's hear it in the chat. Who here believes in the magic of Christmas? Put your hand up in the chat. All right, Jessica, this is what I got for you, love. I pulled a couple of tarot cards for you. Now, the first card that I've got, and don't freak out, because a lot of people freak out when they see this card. We've got the lightning tree, as this is called. So this is the Tower card in the traditional tarot, okay? Now, when the card comes up first, it is energy from the past. It could be 2 weeks ago. It could be 2 years ago. Tower is when a shift happens within your life, a change that is unexpected, but beautiful things can be a result of that, okay? Next to the Tower card, we have the Ace of Canes, so the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is your aha moment. It's like, channel your Oprah Winfrey. Like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You're just like, woohoo! All of these things are happening, and you're feeling so like empowered. Right now, you're kind of feeling a little bit lost, a little bit out in the cold, a little bit confused with this Five of Gifts or the Five of Pentacles. That's an opportunity to seek support. There are people out there that can help, friends, family, maybe a medical professional, maybe a business professional, networking, books, resources. There's all kinds of help out there to be found. Got the all downhill. Your pace is shifting. So that's the Tower, right? Your pace is shifting. And when we go through a shift, sometimes it catches us by surprise, and we're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I don't know if I can handle this, right? But what we need to do is to channel that you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, kind of like that empowering kind of vibe, so that we can hit our stride. We've got the keeping the faith. There is always hope. My good friend Jean taught me this, that the weight that you carry isn't always necessarily your weight. And so all you have to do is walk outside the door and just take in all of the blessings that are around you, right? You can always find something to hope, to feel grateful for, to feel blessed by or for when you walk outside. And that sort of helps lift your spirits. Because, my friend, look at what we have. That's a breakthrough. When we take that weight off, right? When we see that gratitude, when we feel that hope, when we can focus on those blessings, we stop focusing on the thing. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. The expectations, the woulda, shoulda, couldas, all of those things. We don't focus on that. We focus on us and what's happening in that present moment. And that's what's happening for you this Christmas season. You are stepping into your own power. And I feel like the proverbial light switch is going to be flipped on and off for you a couple of times. And it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful, beautiful thing. All right. Next up, we have Emily. Emily says, I was scouted for the National Guard and I was considering studying abroad next year. Would either of these be a good path for me, or should I stay where I am? What an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick Joan in the hot seat.
Okay.
Lucky Joan, she gets to go first.
We'll see. I'm just going to use the pendulum on this one. Emily. Can I ask this question about Emily's next year? Thank you. Okay, we'll stop and say, is it in Emily's highest and best interest to join the National Guard within the next year? No. Is it in Emily's highest and best interest to study abroad next year? This is a maybe going toward yes. It's not a real strong yes, but it's a positive, it's more positive. And I'm hearing the words, the concept needs to be further developed. Is it in Emily's highest and best good to continue where she is right now? I'm getting a no. I think studying abroad is what I was hearing, but it needs to unfold a little bit more. You need to explore it a little bit more, and then so that you can feel, so there would be like a big swing, so that you feel like in your heart that you're not weighing things against each other. But that was the one that had the most positive feel for me, at least. Jean, what did you get?
Well, I got something a little different.
Okay.
And I'm just going to ask those same questions once again. I'm going to ask, is it in Emily's highest good to join the National Guard at this time? Is it in Emily's highest good to join the National Guard? And I get a no. Is it in Emily's highest good to study abroad, to study outside of the US? And I get a circle. So I feel like maybe there's something that you might be able to do, even online, something that you need to dip your toe in there and see what happens, or if there's like a 2-week thing. Something might be there for you, but I'm not sure it's not entirely 100% saying yes. So you may want to, sort of look into it a little bit more and find out more about it. Is it in Emily's highest good to stay where she is? And I'm actually getting a yes on that. So I think that Kelly is the tiebreaker here.
Sorry, Joan, Jean, I forgot to move you to the hot seat. I was looking for my pendulum, but it has gone missing. That's what happens when you have 3 cats. Anywho, here we go. All right. Thank you. All right. Can you go to neutral, please? Thank you, Spirit. Is this something that is good for Emily? That would be a no.
Which option?
I didn't even get the question out, okay. Right? All right, Spirit, please help me to answer this for Emily. Yep, just not wanting to even go to center. Thank you. Should Emily join the National Guard this year and study abroad? We've got a yes. Now I'm going to ask another question. Is this a good path for Emily? Now, do you see that? One is pointing straight ahead and one is pointing to a no. So it's kind of like, it depends. And I suppose what it depends on is your perspective, right? Like your expectations versus what actually happens. So I would encourage you, Emily, if this, and I'm sure that you have done this, but if this is something that you want to do as much research as you can, so that there's no surprises, for example, right? Do as much research as you can into, where you could be and, what the living conditions are like and, how many times can you communicate with your friends and your family and those kinds of things, like to quell any questions or fears or that you may have. Do as much research as you can. And then test yourself again, in a couple of months. Like, how do I feel now? Do I feel better? Do I feel worse? Do I still have questions that I need answered? That's what I would recommend. But I want to say, amazing and so incredibly empowering that this is something that you've chosen to do, that you want to do. I'm incredibly proud of you, and I don't even know you, and I just think that's amazing. Good for you. All right, Susie Q is up next. Susie Q says, do you have any messages from my past loved ones or my spirit guide? Now, I'm going to pull Gina into the hot seat, and I'm going to see if Susie, if you're still here, if you could give us a name of someone that might help us sort of tune in, and I will check the chat to see if she's written anything in the box here. Husband Joe or my dad Wally.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you pop that one up, Kelly? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Susie.
Yeah.
I do feel like they're together. Sorry, Joan, I'm jumping in, but
Yeah, go right ahead. Why don't you go first?
I'm not going to go first. I just wanted to let her know that they're together.
I'm getting from Joe all these images of kind of a traditional Christmas. I'm thinking maybe this is coming from Wally, because at first I'm seeing a little girl, maybe 8 to 10 years old, red coat and a tam, walking a dog around the lake or near a body of water. So I don't know if this was you when you were growing up or when you were younger, or if this is just their way of saying, enjoy the traditions of Christmas, the festive times, all of that. And then, oh shoot, I didn't write it down. Oh, and then I just saw this, like a wreath of holly and other traditional kind of Christmassy images. So it's like they're sending you Christmas cards or something. Okay, Joe, what's going on? I'm getting the idea, and I'm not sure if this is from Joe or your dad or both of them, that you were someone who really, really got into Christmas and enjoyed the decorations and the spirits and all of that. And they're saying, don't lose that every time we get together, every time, every day is precious, but the holidays are memorable and they become like touchstones for us. And I'm getting more that Joe especially, well, they're just kind of showing me images from past Christmases and how much it's good. It's nice for them to go back and revisit that, but they're reminding you that that it's time to make new memories, and they're both there helping you do that now. But just look for signs from them during this holiday season, because they don't want to be just like old Christmas cards. They want to be active, and they are active in your life now.
Wonderful. Very nice, Joan. Beautifully, beautifully said. And Miss Susie, I do feel that you had beautiful, wonderful angels in your life, and you still do. And exactly what Joan said, that try not to think of them as gone. And your husband came through and said, I've got dad. He's taking care of dad. And I think that may have been something that you were not concerned about, but maybe dad needed taking care of towards the end of his life. And your husband is saying, I'm taking care of dad now. We're here together. And I do see them saying that you can save us a seat at the Christmas dinner table, but he's saying that you come with them. You, in your dreams, visit them, and you are with them, celebrating the holidays with them. Like there's something in your spirit that you're forever connected in your soul with your father and your husband, and that they are keeping it. It's a very tight knit soul bond that both of them are keeping you close to their heart, and that you do visit them in your dreams. They're saying that, I love that Joan said that they're sending you Christmas cards, because I think that they're like saying, let's see if she sees this one. Let's try this, and they're like, and it's very much appreciating and being happy for the joy that they are experiencing, and that they're not without you. They're right next to you, they're in your heart, and they know and they feel everything you think, sense, and say about them. But it's really just about the belief in your heart, and they want you to be happy for them. This is just it's almost like a graduation. You know how when after your child graduates college and they move away and they start their own life, this is what your husband and your father are saying. Be happy for us. This is the new transformation for us, that and it's not anything bad, and that they don't feel like they're separated from you, because they are still very much connected to you. But there is a very deep soul bond between you three, and I do feel as though there's a daughter that you have, that there's a soul bond, or that your daughter says things about your husband, or somebody, there's somebody else in your family that is connected to your father and husband, that you're like, did you just say that? My husband used to say that all the time, or something. They're working through other family members around you. And whatever it is, whoever it is in your vicinity that is standing next to you, give them a big hug and say, Joe, this is for you too, or dad and Joe, this hug's for you too. And just hug your, whoever is next to you. And they'll get it. They'll definitely get it.
Beautiful. Okay. Susie Q, I hope that this makes sense to you. It feels very similar to what Jean and Joan have already said. So the first card that I got was the Wolf Spirit and Family. That bond. The second card that I got was Home and Family. You have lots of support. So physically present and spiritually present, you have a lot of support. Which, who doesn't want to know that? Who doesn't want to feel that, right? Now, the next card that I got, only you, and you don't have to disclose this. I'm going to sort of give it both ways, okay? We got tender moments. You are finding new love. Whether this is a romantic love or whether this is a love for yourself, because as you navigate this space on your own, without your husband and without your dad, you are learning and exploring, having this adventure, this journey, and learning new things about yourself. Like, oh, I didn't know that I could do that, or I always used to not like doing that, and now I kind of like it. So you're exploring. So whether that means someone else or yourself, they are encouraging this. They are encouraging you to embrace that. And then I've got the garlic and strong potential. And I'm not sure what this means, but I think what this means in terms of the other cards that I've got is just what Jean was saying, that, if you close your eyes, you literally could have a conversation with them. I feel like you're very tuned in, you're very intuitive, and I don't feel like they're far away from you. And I don't know if that's true or not, but that's kind of what I'm getting from my card. So you let me know if that makes any sense whatsoever. There's so many people here and so many people that we haven't said hello to. So a big hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, look. Okay.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Oh, Susie, you know what? That just makes my heart so happy that, to be blessed, to be loved once is a miracle. To be blessed, to be loved more than once, it just means that you're an exceptional person, right? I'm so happy for you. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right. Fernanda. Fernanda says, I'm going on a lake trip for Christmas. Any message from Spirit for this trip? Or 2025? Whoops, wrong. I swear you think I know who the difference between Joan and Jean are, but no, because they both start with a J.
I know. Just one letter.
Right. I never really thought about that. We're J, J, and K. It's like a show in
There you
itself
go.
right there. J, J, and K.
Let's see. I'm going to have to go to the cards.
Susie Q says, thank you for my happy tears. Hi, Warrior Widow. Sorry, we closed our questions a long time ago, but we thank you for coming. And I'm sure that the next time that Jean and Joan and Terry are on, they'll probably be more than happy to give you a reading when you pop in.
Fernando, when I tuned in, the very first thing I saw was this teeny little itsy bitsy, like a little suitcase that had a red cross on it. So when you travel, be sure to take the essential things. I don't know if there's medications you take, or if you want to take a little tiny bandage or something medical, little medical emergency kit or something like that. If you're going on a trip where you're going to do a lot of walking, take some, I don't know, moleskin so you don't get your heels don't get scraped up in your shoes, or just that kind of forethought. It's just a little thing, but it's going to make the trip go better. So think about, okay, just something small that you could bring that could prevent something bad or be able to treat something that might happen. And then the main message for the trip is, this is the Archangel of Hope, expect the best. And that's the very best thing you can do, rather than being prepared for the worst, is to expect the best. And for all kinds of travel, and especially for this trip, just spend some time thinking about how wonderful it's going to be. And that's going to just plant the seeds for that to happen. So have a great, great time.
Yeah, absolutely, Fernanda. And what I picked up, I'll just give you what the first thing that came through, and then I'll try and put it all together. I got that there's not going to be much connectivity up there. There's not going to be any Wi-Fi or any internet connections. I see that you're not going to be on social media very much. So make sure you bring games or board games or things to do that are not, TV or computer oriented. I did see a wood burning stove, and that you're going to be eating really good food and really fun, like hors d'oeuvres and snacks and even like s'mores and stuff like this. And make sure you bring blankets. Make sure you wear double socks, warm socks, and those extra warm slippers, I guess you would call it, or house shoes. And I got you're going to be laughing a lot. And it's really the connection that you need. It's really the getaway that you need. It may feel a little bit labor intensive to get all of your stuff packed, get in the car, get there, get your stuff unpacked, like a lot of this, but you'll look back on this and say, wow, wasn't that so much fun? It's an adventure. It's taking you away. It's a new energy. It's a new vibration. And it's almost like you're going to leave all your troubles behind, but not, but it's going to be a real getaway, and you're going to enjoy yourself. Just make sure you're warm, make sure you're not relying on, and I'm sure that you'll have connection, but it just may be really slow, and two people can't be on at the same time, the bandwidth or whatever. And just make sure, just plan for something that's not very internet centered. You're going to eat well too. I see people bringing snacks, food, dinners. I see lasagna or something like this, and really just sitting around having lots of fun and enjoying each other's company. Seems like a well-deserved getaway. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think
you're muted.
Um,
and we do
I
that all
hate,
the time, Kelly. We do that all the time. We do it, don't we?
you
Don't we,
know,
Joan? You,
Mhm.
nobody knows more than you guys how much I've done collaborations in the past. I was like the queen of collaborations.
yeah.
I haven't done collaborations in a really long time, so I'm so used to like I don't have to move anyone around. It's like honestly, I get so focused on what I'm doing, I forget. Oh, there's other people here. Move them over. Sorry, ladies. I'm so sorry. Um, Fernanda. Um, hope I'm wrong. Just gonna say that. We're gonna look at these cards two different ways, though. Okay. So the first card that I pulled is chaos. So chaos can be either it's going to be a chaotic time or I am resisting it, right? Meaning like I want to do this, I want it to be great, but like I'm all like, oh my god, what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong, I'm not this isn't what I normally do, I don't know if I'm going to be okay, is there going to be enough food, all of the things. So I'm not sure what kind of chaos it could be, but it could be chaotic. This is interesting, right? You are finding a new love. So if it's a new love, again, this could be you opening up within yourself, like finding a new appreciation for the lake or trips in general, or maybe there is a potential partner there, or maybe a best friend develops out of this. We've got you are being shown the way with the finding of the direction. I feel like things may not make sense to you. Like if you're, I don't know if I'm right or not, but I feel like you're like a planner. Like you got lists and you might overanalyze. Don't plan. I mean, obviously plan what you're going to take, but don't plan the events. Don't plan the activities. Just like let it unfold naturally and like really encourage yourself to go with the flow. Because we've got planting seeds and exciting situation. So I feel like as you are there and as you are experiencing things, like something else is going to be uncovered because you experienced this. Does that make sense? So I think overall it's going to be a good experience if you don't get in your own way. Now, I just want to say we have lots of questions still to go. So we have like 5 more questions. And I know that you guys were kind enough to say like an hour and 20 minutes, and Joan, we're at like 1 hour and 19 minutes. So I am okay to continue to stay, and I will do my best to read. When you guys have to go, you can just pop off if like we don't have a clear time to say goodbye. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you again so very much for being here and being a part of this, because this particular segment means an awful lot to me. And so I really appreciate you taking the time to join me today. So thank you for that.
I am going to have to pop off now, Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's totally okay.
Yeah. I can stay for a little while. Kelly, what would you think of trading back and forth instead of both of us doing someone?
Sure, we can do that.
And then we can get through them faster.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do that.
Oh, and I also wanted to tell Fernando, when you drew the chaos card, what I heard in my head was good trouble. So it might be, maybe it's like lots of people at the lake house and it's just chaotic, but it's kind of the type of thing it tends to be, it's chaotic, but it's fun.
Right. Yeah, she could have like maybe like a social anxiety, kind of like, I don't want to be around a lot of people this season. Yeah. And then you just go with the flow. Beautiful.
All right. So thank you very much, Kelly and Joan. It was a lot of fun reading together with you all. It was so nice for everybody to come and join us today. It was nice for Kelly to invite me. Thank you very much. I'm very honored. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again really soon. So thank you very much. We'll see you again.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Jean.
Fernanda says, oh, now I can put us this way. That's better.
Oh, there.
Fernanda says, thank you, loved all the readings. All right.
Wonderful.
So we're going to go to Gypsy JJ now. Gypsy JJ says, I'd love to have a reading, or sorry, a holiday message from my mother, Geneva. What a pretty name.
Okay.
Please, I miss her so much this time of the year. Thank you. And again, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's popped in. I know there was a lot of questions that we didn't get to take. Please know I'm going to try and schedule another one of these in. So make sure if you're subscribed to my channel that you have your bell notification checked off, and I will do my best to get you answered. Because these messages, I think, are really important at this time of year. Sorry, I forgot to mute myself.
No, that's just fine. Gypsy JJ, when I tune in to your mom, I'm just seeing a red rose, and it's in like a bud vase for a single rose, and the message keeps saying, the message is something about how, I don't know if there are other people in your family or whatever, but she's saying she's giving me a single rose rather than a big bunch of them, like a dozen of them, because sometimes the minimalism is more beautiful. Just the single rose, it allows you to look at it and see it for itself, and to see its beauty in all its different aspects, where in a crowd those things might be getting hidden. So I'm not sure if that makes any sense to you, if that has anything to do with your if you kind of felt lost in the crowd when you were growing up or whatever. Let's see, I'm going to pull some cards.
I know that we said we were going to go back and forth, but can I show a card that I got for Gypsy JJ when you said about the single rose? I got the Daffodil Fairy and New Beginnings with all these lovely flowers. So there's something maybe around spending some time in the garden, flowers. Maybe there was a flower.
And New Beginnings, I got the Ace of Pentacles too. So maybe there's something new coming up.
You're just getting started.
And center and ground. So there we go.
Yeah, you can't make it up.
That's great.
Make it up. Gypsy JJ, really, really, use today. It's a full moon, right? Get rid of what no longer serves you. Set your intentions to for the rest of the year, and just try new things and really embrace yourself in the joy of it. I feel like your mother is with you, and that excites me. I love that. All right, sorry.
And you're going to do
Rose Blue. My son Cody has a message for me passed in November 2012. He was 26. I'm so sorry, Rose. I'm so sorry, love. I think that Joan should help us with this one. What is Cody? Oh, my goodness. The cards are falling out, so that's a good sign. Oh.
You go at any time. See if I can bring him in.
Wow. Oh. I love when Spirit communicates this way. Look at what you've got. Look at this gorgeous angel, divine guidance. Look for signs from Spirit, Rose. Look for signs from Spirit. Okay. The second card I got was the Bear Spirit and Healing. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. It's not okay to cry. It's not okay to be broken. It's not okay to be upset. These are natural human emotions that we have to express. When we don't express them and we try to hide them or bottle them up inside of us, that gate or the dam door, whatever you want to call it, will sort of push open at a very unexpected and usually not great timing. So we want to make sure that we are allowing ourselves that process. And even though we think we're fine, we're okay, everything's fine, there's still healing that needs to be done, because there's going to be a reminder, there's going to be a memory, there's going to be an occasion that something comes up, and so we have to be gentle with ourselves. And I think that is Cody's message. And to sort of ferment that message, we've got the maple spirit and generosity. And I think what he's saying overall to you is be generous to yourself as you were to me, right? Like, be kind and loving to yourself as you were to me. And, you know, that he's going to watch over you to help you sort of navigate that. Because I don't think it comes natural to you. In the amount of time I've known you, Rose, you're so kind to everybody else. Like, you're always doing other things for other people. So don't forget about yourself is what I think Cody's message is. Did you get anything there, Joan?
Yeah, when I tuned in, I felt like there's this silver liquid that came down from the top of my head to the very core of my being, and that's what the message was. I'm with you at the very core of your being. And then I got the vulture card from the feathers deck. Accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth, knowing that he is still with you in your very core.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And of
All
course,
right.
great love.
Absolutely. All right, Karen, if it says, if you have time, I want to hear a Christmas message from my dad. Now, I'm not sure if Karen is still here or not, but if you are, Karen, if you could give us your dad's first name, that would be helpful, if you don't mind. And Fun Boy, we see that you're here, and we thank you for being here, but our questions are closed for about an hour now, actually. So unfortunately, we won't be able to take your question, but maybe you might get something from the messages that we are still to give out. So after Karen, we just have one more message. So
Okay. Just my heart just lit up when I tuned into you and tried to reach your dad. He sent you lots and lots of warm love. And when I drew a card, I got the Archangel Raziel, who says, learn, change, and grow. And he's balancing the world in his hand, and he's got this little cane like he's, tap dancing or whatever. And it's got like this, it's hard to see, but it's sort of like this diamond shape above his head. And it's sort of, I think the idea is you've got all the tools you need to try something new and keep growing. And
I got knowledge.
Knowledge. Yeah. Keep learning to keep growing. Keep dancing.
Do you do what your dad used to do? Do you do something that your dad used to do, or like, carry on the family business? Maybe there's a hobby or something that, like, a passion that you and your dad shared? I don't know why that just came to me.
Or was he someone who always kept learning and growing and just kind of an inquisitive type of person who was interested in the world?
Yeah, I love this card, this willow spirit and flexibility. It feels like, yes, I have his skills.
His skills.
Well, I'm having like heart palpitations. This is crazy. That's such a cool thing to, at least for me,
Oh, they restore. She restores.
It's such an amazing thing when you carry on a family trait like that, or a skill set or something like that.
Yeah, puts you in touch with them.
I love that. All right, our very last message of the day is for Tally. I have a message from my guides. Oh, he was an avid reader and taught himself things.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Hi, Wiki. Thank you for popping in and hitting the thumbs up. We appreciate the support.
Charlie, when I tune into you, my third eye just starts buzzing, and it's not my usual meditation or affirmation for the third eye is I see the world through God's eyes. And in this case, I'm getting the idea that you're looking out on the landscape like many of us are and going, what in the world is happening here? And it's so easy to tip into despair. But to pull yourself back, if it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, the most recent tragedy or whatever has struck, pull yourself back and try to see the world with God's eyes, that each of the things that's happening is meant to be for some reason that we might not have the full picture on. But it's all, we know that it's all moving toward good. It's all serving a purpose that we can't see right now, but it's all moving us toward our evolution and our ascension. So just trust in that.
While you had your eyes closed, Joan, this is what I was holding up. The moonlight enchantment, magic. I mean, when you talk about seeing the world through God's eyes, magic. And what are we in? We're in the season of, magic, and we spoke about that earlier, right? I also got on thin ice, use a gentle touch, and I got the pipe in a smooth transition. And so it feels like there's a layer of growth that is occurring that you may not be aware of. Today is a full moon. There are so many energies going on, the ones we know about and the ones we don't know about. So, be kind to yourself and do all of the things that you need to do, the grounding and the self-care and all of the things to keep yourself on the best possible footing. And just, embrace the journey.
Cool.
Love that. All right. Sherry, actually, our questions have been closed for about an hour, but thank you so much for popping in. Joan, absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for being here and for spending all of this time. Unexpected that it went so long, but I so appreciate your time.
I appreciate being asked. I love your followers. They're just the best people and so dedicated and such good folks. It was just a real honor to be with you and with your the people in the chat. So thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, you guys, if you're not sure who Jean, Sun Psychic Jean or Wisdom Seeker Joan are, their channel links are in the description box below this video when it posts. Please do go show my friends some love. They are phenomenal ladies. They are phenomenally talented, and they have hearts the size of Gibraltar. So do go show them some love. And thank you so much for being here and for sharing your questions with us. And it's a real honor and a privilege to be able to channel your loved ones this holiday season. And I hope that these readings and the past two shows that I've done with all of my awesome guests, Terry, Joan, and Jean, have given you some comfort. I know I've gotten comfort from some of the messages, so I hope that it came through as it was intended. So from us to you guys, have yourselves a wonderful holiday. And for anyone who cares, I will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern for some winter solstice, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern for winter solstice readings. So until then, many blessings. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.